It was once a state-owned company but is now a privately owned telecom major spread across the world, and of course in India. British Telecom has had an India presence in many ways for many years now and is now quite active on the telecom infrastructure side as well as in some ways on the information technology side. Joining me to understand how British Telecom is playing a role in the India-UK corridor is Sudhir Narang, Head of or Managing Director of BT in India. Sudhir, thank you very much for speaking with us. Just a broader question first. How's the overall economic environment looking to you?
I think what we have been reading and what we have been hearing, that Indian economy is a little bit cautious now. But let's also understand, like any growing economy, the linear curve has to be sinusoidal across the linear growth curve. So I think it's like any emerging market, it's going through its motions. But largely for long term, obviously it's a growing economy. So I'm very comfortable and I'm very optimistic that India is here for growth.
Right. So you have an interesting landscape of offerings in India. Can you take us through them from a British Telecom point, that is, and what are the kind of products or services that you offer, and how do they connect with your consumers or customers in India?
BT has been here in this country for a very long time, and we're going to be here for a very long term. We have made a lot of investments. We did some acquisitions. We have rolled out a lot of propositions at India cost points. So what we are doing, actually, we are not only bringing the global customers here, we are not only offering that platform which is uniformly available in 180 countries for our customers here in India, but we are also helping Indian companies to globalize their business models. So we are offering those uniform solutions across to all those customers who are actually going global. More importantly, we are also using India for our back-end operations, research, and also talent.
Right. So, and what are the kind of products and services that you're offering to specific customers, perhaps who are already part of your universe?
I think, let me give it through two perspectives. One is the solution sets, propositions we have brought to this country, and second is the markets we are handling. The traditional segments which actually grew first globally from India was IT-enabled services, and that's the segment we have been focusing upon. And that really taught us many lessons to bring services at India cost points. But we also expanded ourselves into financial services, healthcare, retail, consumer goods. So what exactly is happening, what we learned in terms of from IT-enabled services to offer our solutions globally on a global platform, which were available in 170 countries, we started bringing the solutions to the rest of the verticals. But once we set up those platforms for them, we started bringing our suite of services on top of that. The enterprise voice services, the unified communication, the security solutions. Apart from these infrastructure-based services, we have also brought our capabilities to our customers so that they could use and exploit once they globalize their business model on top of our platform at India cost points.
And can you tell us a little more about what your consumers in India are telling you or asking of you at this point?
You know what's happening exactly, the customers are really trying to look at customized and industry-based solutions. What they are wanting us to innovate solution set specially for them. What they want us to really go towards cloud-based solutions. What they are pushing us for, can they really make video as their main collaboration tool? What they want us to really implement unified communication for them. So in that approach, as you know, India is really very strong in engineering curve. It is also helping us to innovate and bring some kind of leadership in these solution set. Second, what they want us to do, not only the infrastructure, but also want us to handle the applications on top of that. So we are trying to build applications on top of our cloud services. Third, they want us to really innovate the commercial model, whether it is variabilizing their balance sheets or working out on their OpEx model. So I think it's a multi-pronged approach. We are working together with our customers.
And there's a slowdown, and how is that changing things, and how is that affecting the marketplace as you see it and from the BT point of view?
Okay, I think it's an absolutely apt question. So what's happening, they're definitely trying to bring the efficiencies. So once customers start looking inwards, they definitely want you to be part of that in terms of bringing efficiencies by the networks and the telecom networks. That's the first aspect. Second, they really want you to innovate the commercial model, which means look at their balance sheets. Can you really help them to variabilizing their balance sheet? That's the second aspect. Third is they really want us to have skin in the game? Can you really look at the outcome-based business models? Can we really look at the long-term business associations rather than yearly contracts? Can you really have a contractual model to offer them our propositions and services for 3 to 5 years? Hence, we bring the overall approach, technology, contractual, commercial model for them.
Sudhir, can you give us some general thoughts on how you see the India-UK corridor and investment flows between the two countries?
I think with respect to the global world, India did offer the talent pool, and I keep saying the route to silk has become route to skill. That obviously India is offering a huge skill set and talent pool to the global world, including UK. Let's also understand some of the brands, UK brands, especially in the consumer field, we feel they are Indian brands. So they have a strong presence in Indian markets. As far as Indian consumer, which is because of the largely growing middle class, consumerization, the wealth in the country, as the money is moving to Asian countries, it's really helping the UK companies to come here. But the key drivers, apart from markets, is the talent, is the technology, whether those kind of solution sets are possible in the country. So would help and enable them to offer those services. But I'm also seeing a lot of students are moving to UK for their studies. So education is also, apart from the other sector, is growing. So it's both way. I think the collaboration is helping the countries to really prosper.
And what are the kind of steps that you're expecting in terms of policy in India that might help you or help grow your business?
As far as telecom is concerned, government has really taken a lot of steps, and it's one of the most liberalized markets if you see in the world. In terms of other fields, we are just seeing, and we have noticed the government of India was announcing a lot of liberalization policies. So I think in a way, I think the markets along with policy is really becoming a big enabler in this country.
Is there anything specific that you would expect?
I think most of the global companies which are coming to India, they will have to come for long term. They must make investment for long term. They should not look at their plan on yearly basis. Come for a long term, 5 years, 10 years business plan and then start implementing. As you asked me initially, we are going through the sinusoidal, but it's upward linear curve. Point number 2, most of the companies which are globalizing here will have to have a local talent pool so that they get the local knowledge to really implement their solution sets, their business models in this country. As far as Indian companies are concerned, which are going global, UK, Europe, and US has been the first area where they really want to expand. So hence, as far as that is concerned, I think it's a good initiative which is happening through BBG. BBG is really offering a good platform for them to really bring that knowledge for Europe and UK for Indian companies going abroad.
Right, and last question, how are you seeing the year ahead, Sudhir? What lies ahead for British Telecom?
In terms of telecom, I think in terms of BT, we have been growing steadily. So as far as my business model is concerned, so I'm very comfortable. As I said, we are on path of that linear curve. And finally, money is coming to East. And third, I keep saying the route to silk has become route to skill and chicken masala.
Right, Sudhir. Thank you very much for speaking with us here.